Okay, so what is it? 131. Wow. End of January. That's awesome. So our objective is really talk about talk about slope and its application. Okay, we're talking about slope and its application, okay? So to define slope, the easiest way, and we like the symbol M, and we use the symbol M because we like the y equals mx plus b, right? You guys have seen that. So we use the symbol M, and it just means slope. We've seen that before. So there's a couple of definitions. One, probably the easiest for us, is just rise over run. Okay. You'll never forget this. I know we're in pre-calc, which is nice, but I literally will take my younger kids, my alpha kids, we stand on the bottom of the stairs. They're about to walk up the stairs. If you don't pick that foot up first, rise, then run. What happens if you try to do it the other way? All down, right? You agree with that? So you gotta pick the foot up first and then go, right? It's always rise or run. If you try and do it the other way, you're gonna hurt yourself, right? So there is a slope formula, and we kind of took a look at it, and that is our y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And of course that makes sense. It really does to me because the y's are the rise, right? The y's really are the rise. And then the run really are the x's, right? That actually makes sense. You'll see this when you get to calculus, because you might take calculus, you might see this. And that triangle means delta or change. Who said change? Nice. So delta, which means change. Very good. You guys knew that symbol. So it's like you'll see that in calculus. Change in y over the change of x. How much did y change? How much did x change? Okay, we won't do a lot of this because it's a calculus thing. Okay. Now, so write the equation of a line formula. Okay, so we know that we have this. We've got y equals mx plus b, right? Slope formula. Okay. But we also have this. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I like this formula a lot. That's really called the point slope formula. Okay, that's called the point slope formula. And I'll show you later where we use the point slope formula. We'll see this. Yeah, just y, because if we want to make an equation, we still need to get our y variable and our x variable, right, Reese? Yeah. So that's our regular y, and that is going to be the y value of a point. That's going to be our x variable. And that's, so if I wanted the equation of a line, I got to have an x or y, because y equals, right? But it's got to go through a point. Now you're getting ahead of me, which is okay. And that's the point it'll run through. Let me keep going, Reese. I think I'm going to answer your question here in a bit, okay? So what's true about parallel lines? We already know this. Parallel lines have same slope. We know that, right? Parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals. Okay? So if the slope of one is a over b, then the perpendicular slope is the negative b over a, okay? And again, I like to give an example on that. So it's always nice to see an example. So if I have one slope happens to be, let's make it negative 3/5, then you tell me what would be the perpendicular slope. Yeah, 5/3, because the negative becomes a negative, right? So it just becomes 5/3. Okay, so it's upside down and opposite sign, negative reciprocal. Okay, thumbs up on that. Okay, good.
What's the little upside down?
That means that's a symbol for perpendicular, right? That's a symbol for, good question, Reese. That's the symbol for perpendicular. Okay, now example one. Find the slope and the equation line through these points, okay? Through the points, key points, whatever. I can't type. So, first of all, if we want the equation of a line, the first thing I do, 1, let's find the slope. Let's do that first, okay? Well, let's call this the first point, x1, y1. Let's call this one x2, y2, right? And then I'm going to find the slope by going, all right, y2 minus y1, 5 minus 2 over x2 minus x1, which is 9 minus 4. I'm going to simplify a little more, 3 over 5. Okay, that's my slope, right? Sometimes you can even change that to decimal. Sometimes that makes it easier if you change it to decimal. We'll just have to see if it makes it easier to change to decimal. Sometimes if you don't like fractions, we can change it to decimal. Now, here's the next thing. I want to use this equation. So I'm going to use my point slope equation, which is my y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Reese, I think you're going to see what I'm going to do here in just a second, okay? So, I need an equation. It eventually needs to look like that, okay? Does that make sense? Eventually I want it to look like that. Let's see if we can make it look like that, okay? So, my y is my y variable, but my y1 is 2. So I'm going to rewrite this as y minus 2 equals m, which is 3/5, times x, which is my x variable, like the x right up here, right, like that x there, minus x1, which is 4, okay? Y minus 2 is equal to, I'm going to distribute that times that times that. So I'm going to go ahead and go and get a 3/5 x minus 12/5, what's that? 2.4, right? 2.4. Okay, and then I'm going to plus 2, right? Hello. Yes, I'll send her down. Fine. Red eyes out of here. Okay, so then we just add 2, right? Plus 2, almost done. And get y equals 3/5 x minus 0.4, okay? And that's the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points, okay? This equation goes through these 2 points, okay? I'll wait for you. Good? Harper, you give me thumbs up. Good. Lexi, got it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now in the back, it says write this line in slope-intercept form. So, all right, slope-intercept form is the y equals mx plus b, right? And you know how to do that, right? We're going to go minus 7x, right? I'll have a 13y equals a negative 7x plus 26. Not if I want to graph it, yes. But if I want the equation, no. Divide by 13, divide by 13, divide by 13. Y is equal to negative 7/13 x plus 2. All right? Reese, does that make sense? I just need the equation, not the graph.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. However, graphing it, I would do the cover-up method. How about you? It's faster, right? Okay.
Mr. Davies, you
Yes.
forgot your X on the negative sign.
Thanks, Rachel.
It's okay. It just looks bad. Every year I tell myself I'm going to work on my handwriting, and it never seems to happen, does it? Okay, example 3. K. K is some number, right? We don't know what it is, but we know these 2 points have to be parallel to this line. So these 2 points, if we were to graph it, they have to be parallel to this line. Well, what do we know? This line has a slope, so this line has a slope of 2, right? I just got it from the 2x. So then, if I set up the slope between these 2 points, it's got to equal 2. So I'm going to set up the slope. So I'm going to use my slope formula. My y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And it better equal 2 because they're parallel, right? So let's put the points in and find the value of k. So I'm going to go, all right. How about 8 minus k over 6 minus 4 equals 2. Which is 8 minus k over 2 equals 2, right? Times by 2, times by 2. So then I have 8 minus k equals 4. Minus 8 minus 8. Negative k equals negative 4, right? Or k equals 4. Good, okay, we got that answer. So 4 is the answer that I needed to make those 2 points parallel to the line. That's the value that makes these 2 points parallel to that line, okay? Now, what about perpendicular? We'll do the exact same thing. We'll set it up, except for I'm going to go my 8 minus k over my 6 minus 4 equals what? Not 2. Perpendicular, not 2, but set equal to. I'm going to set it equal. It's perpendicular. What am I going to set it equal to? Negative 1/2.
Oh.
You guys agree? Why negative 1/2? Has to be perpendicular, right? Which is the negative reciprocal. Okay, now I'm just going to solve again. I'll have a 8 minus k over 2 equals negative 1 over 2. I'll cross multiply. You guys remember how to cross multiply? Probably not. Fraction, I'll cross multiply, go that times that, and that times that. Cross multiply is easy. So I'll have a 2 times 8 minus k equals negative 2. I'll distribute 2 times 8, 2 times negative k, so I'll get a 16 minus a 2k equals negative 2. Negative 16, negative 16, negative 2k equals negative 18. Divide by negative 2, and k is positive 9. Angela, I don't think I made any mistakes today, did I?
No.
Good. Life is good, huh? Okay. What do you think? Not too bad? So the difference in this book is it takes things you know, but then it makes the problems a little bit more complex. You guys agree with that? But all of these things you know. Come on, stop recording. There it is. Stop. Stop recording.